Shalom. Call halal YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM. Double honors unto the apostles and elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the akwaf that are listening and learning, trying to get right to you, I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. And I'm really in a good spirit. You know, they're doing some sort of construction on the roof, or fixing the roof over here on the field house in this park. So Salakia for the noise, but it's not going to quench the spirit, because what just happened is beyond spiritual. I was reading Exodus, the 14th chapter, to prepare this lesson, and I read Exodus 11 and 14 and 14. All right, and I happened to be sitting across the street. Let's see if I can zoom in from 14:14. All right, and that's 144 in every direction that you look at it. All right, in every direction. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it may be about 7 times you can get 144 out of that, maybe even more. But I'm pretty sure I started doing it in my head, and I came up with 7. But get back into the lesson. You know, I was having a conversation with the beloved brother, the head of the South Carolina camp, North Carolina camp, ICR, and we have a very similar situation that we're battling. And I just realized how we're worms, because he's trying to get to the position I am, and I've you know, so-called beat the system. But even after I beat it, you know, look, Benjamin bugged out, just standing there, just bugged out. That dude a Benjamite too, for sure. When you hear him talk, you can tell he's straight from the islands. But we're in the very same situation. We're both worms here in Babylon, man. And even though we can prove through our situations that lawfully we're right in what we're doing with according to Esau's laws, even after you beat him, the judge would just sit on it. And it just made me realize that there's no justice here for us. We have no power here. We literally are worms, defenseless worms. And look around me, you know, all this brown soil. And there's a lot of birds that feed right here in this park. And you know, you best believe that after the rain, when the worms come up, these birds, these little flocks of birds that are all over the place, see them flying there next to 1414, call halal YAHAWASHI, they come down and eat those worms, man. A worm has no defense whatsoever, none, zero. All right, so now, having said all that, I'm going to go into this lesson. I'm going to read Exodus, the 14th chapter, verses 1 up to about the 14th verse, and then grab a couple more scriptures. But, let me turn that off. Nobody calling or anything, interrupting. So this is Exodus, the 14th chapter, starting at verse 1. And it reads, And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel that they turn and encamp before Pilaharoth, between Migdol and the sea, over against Baal-Zephon, before it ye encamp by the sea. For Pharaoh will say of the children of Israel, they have entangled in the land, the wilderness have shut them in. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, and the Egyptians may know that I am Yahweh. And they did so. All right, so basically, the Lord is setting Pharaoh, these Egyptians up, same way he's setting up these modern day Egyptians, these proud Edomites. He's setting them up for destruction. These ones is over here making all this damn noise. All right, and trying to build up a building that's going to get burnt down by the Lord anyway. Going to get completely obliterated. Going to be nothing left of it but dust. All right, but it says, and I will harden Pharaoh's heart, that he shall follow after them, and I will be honored upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, and the Egyptians may know that I am Yahawah. And they did so. And it was told the king of Egypt that the people fled, and the heart of Pharaoh and his servants was turned against the people. And they said, why have we done this, that we have let Israel go from serving us? And he made ready his chariot and took his people with him. And he took 600 chosen chariots and all the chariots of Egypt and the captains over every one of them. And Yahawah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and pursued all the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand, but the Egyptians pursued after them, and all the horses of the chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea beside Piharoth before Baal-Zephon. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were sore afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto Yahawah. And they said unto Moses, because there are no graves in Egypt, thou hast taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt with us to carry us forth out of Egypt? Is it not that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we should die in the wilderness. And that's the same mentality that a lot of these jakes have today. That was them same ones that said, give us Barabbas. That same spirit. And those spirits have to be cleansed from Israel. Those spirits are going to die the heathen of the death of the heathen, man. That's why it says in Romans, I believe 11, the 11th chapter, not all Israel is Israel. Because not all Israel is Israel. All right? And you know, and that when it's funny, because that one in the orange, that's a woman. All right? And I think yeah, you got two women up there, actually. And that's a job that a man should have. See, this place got to go, man. There's a man somewhere that can't take care of his family being called a deadbeat and all that other mess. Because he couldn't get a job that, you know, that these women have. You know? Because the society is so screwed up. But nevertheless, let me get back on track. It just, you know, pissed me off because I kept hearing women's voices coming from over there. And now I see. All right? But it says, verse 13, and Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still. We don't have to do a damn thing. Okay? We can't do anything. We're worms. All right? And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of Yahawah, that he will show you today. For the Egyptians whom ye see today, ye shall see them again no more forever. And that's what's about to happen. Again, the history is about to repeat itself. Because after 1,000 years of the most vicious slavery, all right, that mankind will ever see. Because see, that you know, it's good that those Edomites are working like that, because that's what they're going to be doing. Building up our houses and homes. But there's going to be no paychecks. And there's going to be no cranes around for them to, this is going to be hard manual labor. Okay? They're going to have to work. They're not going to have some crane to do the heavy lifting and move stuff around for them. All right? And you're never going to see them again. Thus saith the word of the Lord. Read Obadiah. Verse 14. Yahawah shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. And that's 14:14. That's 144 in every direction. And that's what made me turn around and look at the building when I read it. All right? But this is Psalms. Let me grab the book of Psalms. 105. Oh, and not to mention that it was 11:44 a.m. when I read it. I read Exodus 14:14, And it just happened to be 11:44 a.m. So while sitting in front of 1414 North Damon building. Man, I'm telling you, man, you can't make this up, man. All right, this is Psalms 105, verse 42. And it reads, "For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant." The Lord, look, we're worms, man, but we're the seed of Abraham. And so the Lord made that promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the Lord's not like us. He's not like men. He's not going to be slack on his promise. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read that. We're going to go to that and finish it. This is Peter, 2 Peter. Third chapter. Salaki, I'm in the second chapter. Third chapter, I'm going to start at verse 3. All right? Because these are those people who are saying, you only brought us out here to die. You know? The hell with what you saying. We're going to eat pork and bacon. You know? I'm going to listen to trap music. You know? I know that's his wife, but that kitty good, man. What, you know? Okay. This is 2 Peter 3 and 4. "Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts." Talking about some Jesus. Letter J wasn't even created. When the Lord, it was a Hebrew with a Hebrew name. All right? Letter J wasn't created till almost 1,700 years after the death of the Lord. All right? 1,500 years. Okay? Verse 4. 2 Peter 3 and 4. "And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation." So, you know, we're awake now, though. All right? We're awake. Ezekiel 37 has happened. The truth is moving through the world. The Spirit of the Lord is moving through the world. And condemnation is upon the whole world and upon Esau, Edom. And all this is rapidly coming to an end. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, WAKAKWADASH, and YAHAWADAH. Shalom.